please roll me firstly a d4.
A d4. I'll do this one just in roll 20.
Looks like you guys.
A 1.
Looks like you guys are going to the past today then, because 1 past, 2 future, or 2 present, 3 future, and then 4 is other. Well,
other wild scenarios.
Wild card, yeah. I'll tell you guys what. Do you guys think that Nat 1 should be a wild card, or that a wild card should be a positive one? Because wild card has everything from breast area to let's go to Equestria. Like, it's where I put the things that I don't know where to put them otherwise.
No,
I mean,
here's the 4 works. I think that's fine.
Here's the thing. We just got done with like Arion and things like the beach episode. Wouldn't it be a good thing just to go back to like something normal, at least for the first time back since?
That's fair. I'm more asking for future. Regardless, right now it's going to be in past. I'm just thinking about the future and whether or not, like, it'd be viable. Also, you guys summoned Phantom last time.
Oh boy.
Be prepared for something that's a little stronger than what you're usually going to face. Regardless of what happens today, you guys will level up.
Oh boy!
Yes!
However, regardless of what happens today, you may be fighting anything from the Silence to a group of Daleks, so be prepared.
Oh, great!
Basically, I will once again go over NPC abilities. When summoned, Phantom will bring along a threat stronger than you guys should be facing at your current capacity as a teaching method. He is the type of person that believes that trial by fire is the best way to teach you something.
Thanks, buddy. Great.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I can do
I'm
it.
Terrified.
I have. Heck, I lost it.
In equal measures, I am both not frightened and very frightened of the two scenarios that you used in this example.
Faith in our team, since we've been through tough situations before with just the 3 of us.
Okay, but last time one of you guys ran across a Dalek, you not only recruited it, but you guys licked it.
It's right.
Okay, I know about the licking, but the recruiting?
Yeah, they recruited one of the Cult of Scarrow for the Halloween episode. It was great. They had I think they had Jost with them, and Jost was like, Dalek Jost does not take orders, but yet he only agreed to follow them if he could kill the Doctor after, because I think the party for that was the 11th Doctor, Phantom, and then the Dalek. And I think Jin only licked something because 11th was like, yes, I wonder where we are. Licks wall.
I gotta say, I'm sorry for traumatizing the vampire with the yo-yo.
You are completely fine. Elijah is just Elijah. He is there to be your medical officer, so don't worry about him.
I think that's so funny how ironic that situation was during the Halloween episode. We recruited the Dalek and we promised it that he could kill the Doctor after we were done. The Dalek dies, and so technically speaking, we didn't really fail the promise. It just died, and so it never really got to complete in the first place.
You don't have to hold a promise to something that isn't going to be here anymore to see it to completion. Like, honestly, the Dalek dying was a blessing.
I thought that was really interesting and how funny that was. So we're going to a past location. We don't know what timeline.
Yep.
Do I need to roll anything else?
You will need to roll me a d20 and a d100 for severity.
Oh dear.
Actually, considering that you guys are being forced the bad encounter, let me pull up my notes.
Well,
That's
So
a
I rolled
nat 20!
Oops. I
Nice.
don't know if that's good or bad. Help.
So I'll take that first scenario. A nat 20. What is the 20th scenario? Where are we going today? What have we got in store? It was. I like the past scenarios because I'm just sitting here like, come on, roll Rory. Let's have Rory. Because he's somewhere in the past, and I like Rory a lot.
Begging and pleading, give us a Rory.
Give us the Lone Centurion.
This is a nat 20.
Give us the Rory, man. It's the 20.
Let me look at where he was at and what the not 20 scenario was. The Google Doc is still loading.
Rip.
Okay, 20. What is 20? It is loading. I know. I can see up to 13. Number 13.
Pain.
I don't have a number 20.
Ah!
You know what? I just came up with what it is. Player choice.
Rory.
Alright, we're going to the Library of Alexandria, everybody.
Oh,
What country is that?
Is that the...
I mean, I could be meaning to throw the Vashta Narada at you guys, because Rory is experienced with it, but I don't think I'm going to.
Okay,
I still need to roll a D100.
I gotta
Yeah,
say something. I was muted and I was trying to talk really hard while I was muted. I need to say
Oh
this.
dear.
I heard the Library of Alexandria. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, Library of Alexandria,
listen.
Alexandria, Egypt.
Party members, what this place is, the Library of Alexandria, it is the history of everything that is and everything that ever will be. You can find your own book here about your life and everything you will do, and you can change it. You can write on those pages. You can change how your story goes. The Library of Alexandria, bro, I know what that place is. You gotta be careful, alright?
Above table,
Well,
I'm not
that
using
sounds-
the SCP connotations for it, but nice.
That sounds frighteningly similar to another piece of media with many books that you can change the
Was I
story of, but should
accurate or not?
Hmm?
Was I accurate there?
I'm actually just using the library as a location. I'm not using it like the SCP. Though
Oh.
that SCP may be contained somewhere else within the world, or it may not be.
Oh,
Alright, well,
see.
just what I said is true for a certain anomaly, and it's absurdly powerful. Absurdly powerful. It is.
yeah, that sounds very powerful.
It's an apex. It really is. If you judge it for what it is, it's an apex in anomalous stuff. Like, if you could
Mhm.
change your history to change yourself to be like, alright, tomorrow I turn into a vampire that has angel wings and spews fire from their breath, the book makes it so. And that's what you're doing tomorrow. You're going to become something wild because you wrote that in the book. That's how powerful it is.
Fun. Okay. So D100 now?
D100, yes.
Everybody or just top?
Just,
them.
Antonio.
87.
Is it
such high rolls here? Jeez.
I got a
Alright.
1. Oh, I rolled 2. Never mind, actually. It's a 17. I accidentally rolled 2 somehow.
Well, that's good because I don't have either of those on my list. I'd like you to roll me a D12. This is more or less for special
Well.
encounters.
Also, that question, yes, that is a name that I prefer. One of them. 11.
11, alright. Okay, re-roll. That one's a location specific.
4.
4. Alright! This will be
Oh, boy.
fun. You said you didn't want Arion stuff, but at the same time, oh boy.
Oh.
If you would like, you can reroll that one more time if you guys aren't up for something that would be considered something you could find in the painting.
I'm down for whatever. I want a challenge or something that progresses us. I don't
Yeah.
care what it is, so if you want to risk it, go. Like, do it. I'm down. I'll support you.
Basically, is what I was saying is, are you guys up for more puzzle and more cryptic BS-itude?
Puzzles are fun.
Could we have an enemy mixed in there?
Well, I assume we're gonna have one anyhow since we, summoned Phantom last time.
All I'm thinking is if we do more puzzle stuff, I'd like to have, like, a hostile entity we have to outsmart. If we can do that, I'll go with anything.
Hostile entity. Roll me a d4.
A D4? Got it. 3.
You know what? I believe instead. Are you willing to take a nat 1 on this table for the sake of having something that's hostile but not overtly going to kill you? Because 3 is something you guys have fought recently. Alright?
Yeah, I'd choose that then, because if we've already fought 3, let's go. Right, guys? You want to get the random?
Yeah, because I'm not
Yep.
sure... I'm not sure how for a hostile entity you guys would take a Cyberman
Sounds
fleet.
good. We're taking the nat 1.
Alright. Let me just roll some stuff.
And then I'm down for whatever scenario, so, like, I'm ready.
Alright.
Oh my goodness, hooves.
Yes?
I'm gonna put this in the group chat with you and Derp. But if we ever find one of these, I low-key want to put this in the bathroom. It's just gotta load.
So...
I'm sorry, I don't know why it's funny.
It's funny. So, you guys are in the middle of packing up from the beach party. Some of the people are still around. Lark and Jack are still hanging around. Cameron has left. Phantom is sort of vibing, but he's walking off in a direction. So, before any of the NPCs leave, does anyone have anything that they'd like to ask them? This is basically like last call.
Wait, who were you asking?
If you guys would like to go up and interact with any of the NPCs that were there last night outside of
Phantom
Cameron. Yeah, he's here.
Alright, can I yell out to him?
Sure.
Phantom! Hey, come here. Come here for like 5 seconds. I gotta ask you a question, man. I need a favor.
I'll walk over. Sure. What's up?
So, do you remember that time when we were all running away from various mummies in a certain museum?
Yeah.
So, what was that trick you were doing? The one where you were in one space and then you suddenly weren't there anymore?
Let's give a smile and just... You watch him as he blinks. His eyes give like a very interesting gold glow, and then he just appears behind you and goes, I mean, biotics are quite powerful. You seem to have gotten a bit of a hold of... You seem to have gotten quite a bit stronger. You still haven't figured out how to shield yourself yet. Entertaining, though.
Jin tries to counter his motion with an acceleration power, allows him to go a bit faster, and he tries to get behind Phantom. And that's his
Roll.
he's trying to get behind Phantom.
Roll. Just roll text.
Alright, let me get my character sheet open real quick.
Because Phantom was mostly playing and giving a demo. Like, Phantom's mostly playing.
Let me see what that is. I can't see the chat yet. It's a 9. I didn't do good.
He does look impressed, though.
Like, I'll trade you tricks one day. I'll show you a magic trick, and you can show me how to do whatever this flash step is. He doesn't know how else to explain it.
Well, if you're able to speed yourself up, it seems like you've already got psychoportation as a circle down.
He thinks for a moment here, and he ponders on that. He's like, everything I've been studying up until this point has been the manipulation of destinations. Somebody getting somewhere faster or slower, slowing their advantage. I've been able to slow down a dog, but I don't think the dog noticed.
Generally speaking, androids aren't affected by psionics. They don't have the mind for it.
Even if you tried to slow their body, it wouldn't be affected.
No, it'd be affected. It's just they wouldn't register it happening. One must have a mind to be affected by psionics. Even if you're trying to use your mental will against theirs to slow them down, one must have a will to infect in order for it to be used. This is why, believe it or not, Cybermen are actually very susceptible to psionics because they're not machines. But most people don't seem to think that. So if you try and use it on an actual robot, you may find yourself at a disadvantage. You can't read what doesn't exist.
Alright, well, once I feel like I've grown enough, can I contact you?
Of course. Plenty of others around here I'm sure you could as well, but it seems like we have the same specialization of things, so we might be able to teach each other a few tricks.
Hearing that, he raises a brow. He's like, you prioritize psychoportation.
I'm a bit of a coward. I tend to prioritize having a way out of most situations.
Jin gives him a hearty laugh and says, you know what? I think we might see eye to eye on a few things after all.
And I will fully admit, I do have lapses in judgment, but for the most part, I am trying to look out for everyone. I just, you know that thing when someone's been a bad person for so long that they don't know how to be a good person anymore? I tend to suffer from that.
Jin gives him a nod and says, well, you know, anytime you want to hang out, he corrects himself and says, hey, anytime we want to talk about it and have a couple beers, give me a call.
I'll look into that, but I'll tell you what. I'll put a location into the TARDIS that I think you may have a bit of fun with. Just do yourself a favor and be careful. But it'd be a good teaching tool.
A good teaching tool, but be careful. Do you want me to pass anything on to anybody else, or do you want me to call Percy over here?
Not really. Besides, I think Lark's got them handled. He's just gesture over to Lark, who's kind of at this point tap Percy on the shoulder, and we'll get to that in a minute.
Percy.
I have to go, because I've got students to get back to.
Well, take care. I know you're very passionate about that. Genuinely. He kind of looks a little bit like he's pulling back memories about the museum and the interactions there, and he just nods and says, alright, go ahead.
And if you do get in any trouble with this one, remember you do have that phone number that you were given all that time ago? He'll just walk off. The wave.
We wait. Jin waits back, and he returns to the party.
Anyone else have anyone they want to talk to?
Is Chrono still there?
No, they're still there. They're mostly just vibing.
Trying to think, what kind of question would Jonathan have?
I mean, guys good with
I guess
electronics.
that'll have to be it for another time because I can't think of anything.
Alright, Antonio, do you want to talk to anyone?
Not particularly. Like, these people seem like they know everybody else. He is not sure exactly who they are, and he's too nervous to actually, like, try and talk to them.
Nervous boy.
A lot happens last
Hmm.
time. He's just still a little frazzled, I think.
I'm just gonna roll for Jack real quick.
Oh boy.
So, one of the people walks over to you explicitly and just goes, "Hey, good looking, what's cooking?" Stand over here like a wallflower.
Of course. Oh my
Sorry.
goodness. No, I love it. Antonio just kind of looks at him, just like confused, just like, oh, what? Because this was the guy who was kind of like orchestrating the entire thing that killed a man.
Yeah! This guy was serving the alcohol and knew where the strong shit was on the TARDIS. Which means he's been on the TARDIS before and had experience with it.
Which means that he is a lot more up there in terms of guys who know things, and he is on the bottom rung. Antonio is just, huh? What? Excuse me?
He just smiles and goes, "You seem like you're off in a corner just being nervous. What's going on?" Let me guess, first time or just new?
What? First time for what? All this? Yes.
Jin just kind of waves at Dolly from a distance and just
Antonio.
blows streamers out of
It's
it.
Antonio. Me, Tolly, character Antonio.
Tali,
Got
I would
to, got to.
remember that. Because I also
Alright.
call you
Yeah.
by fandom.
Well,
Yeah,
he's just
those are all
trying.
fine. Any name that I have listed in my little notes thing, those are all good.
Well, all Jin's trying to do is to lighten the mood. So just
Yeah.
take a grain of salt. That's all he's doing.
Yeah. Awkward wave back, just like, what?
Just goes, yeah, I'll admit you, that one's a new one for me.
What is everything, huh?
And he just kind of shrugs and goes, I mean, I've learned just to go with it at this point.
I mean, I pretty much have to. I'm stuck here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know any way to get home.
Man, you can always ask. You think you're just
Ask
talking to thin
them?
air in that. Yeah, you think you're talking to the thin air inside that box, but I can assure you you're not. She's quite the lovely lady, actually.
The police box.
You think a ship that can travel through time and anywhere in space isn't sentient? Well, sapient. That's the proper
No.
word.
No, I don't. I don't think anything like that should be sapient. No. That's not normal. None of this is normal, mind you. However, I don't know how much I believe that one.
Yeah. But hey. Or at least you're trying.
I kinda have to.
Don't worry, Antonio. Everything will be fine. You can trust me and Jin in person.
And I'm just gonna say. I mean. I didn't think you'd be along for the ride if you weren't meant to be. So clearly you've got something that someone thinks is important.
Guess so. I don't know what it is. I'm just I'm just some person, just off the street. I don't know what people would find interesting in me.
Could I ask a question above table real quick?
Guess it's something. Yeah. What's up?
So, like, if Antonio saw like a rodent scurrying by him, what would he do?
Probably like jump back just a little bit because,
Okay.
like me, things just suddenly appearing in your peripheral vision.
Startle you, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Sorry.
He's taking notes.
I got the
Got
shit scared out of me by a stink bug one time.
Just
I
making sure.
just look over and it's there.
I feel it.
Hey Jin,
Oh,
what you got in your notes over there?
oh
I ain't
boy.
taking no notes. I ain't writing nothing down. I got photographic memory, and if it fails me, that's my fault.
Your footage got corrupted.
Right, exactly. It's on me. So if I don't take notes, oh well. If I don't remember something, oh well. If I'm supposed to remember something, somebody can probably hit me with a big enough club and it might help. But
Don't do it me.
outside of that,
That's a joke,
no,
by
I
the
don't
way.
know.
That's a joke, by the way. I'm not strong enough to actually hurt anyone.
That's kind of like basically he'll actually let Antonio just rant about this and honestly just let him just vent.
He needed that.
Like
Like he'll continue to do it anytime because like it's just something that's gonna come out when he's faced with what the fuck.
As
That's
flirty
pretty much it.
as he is, Jack's a good man.
He sure is.
I listened to it for a little ago. Yep. I think he'll do fine with this.
I hope so.
As much as I may sound, yeah, I think you may think I sound like a crazy man saying that, but trust me, I've seen I've seen stranger things happen.
Uh-huh.
You ever
I'm
see
sure
a knife
plenty of
that
people here.
ever see a knife that if you stab someone with it, they come back to life?
No? That sounds like something out of a game.
Jin's like, yes, I played a game.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Proves my point. Fantastic.
It's not out of a game, but fair. You know, you'd think at my age I'd actually take up video games as a hobby just to pass the time.
I've seen someone get stabbed with a knife and they just kind of walked off without noticing it.
Oh, you were there for that, dude? I thought I was just looking badass for myself.
Oh, goodness.
Pat you on the back. Yeah, you'll do fine.
I sure hope so.
Now, I'm backtracking a bit to Percy, you get tapped on the shoulder by Lark. There's an individual you've not talked to outside of the drinking contest.
Oh, hello.
Eh.
You did well earlier.
To be fair, lots of practice.
Fair.
You got any reason for that paranoia rattling around your brain there, bud?
Excuse me?
Your hair is turning gray.
Damn it, I thought it was just one strand.
To be fair, I have very good eyesight.
You know what? Fair. I mean, just, stress for looking out for everyone, I guess. If you can even call it that, but...
I mean, fair, but are you having any fun amongst that stress? Look, I don't know if the pack explained this, if your pack explained this to you, but if you stress like way too much, you'll just age yourself into the next phase. So it's not a fun way to go.
Oh, that's actually not a good idea since I actually don't have a next face.
Yee. Right.
He just has like a distant look at that.
He just does like a flinch, like I don't like this.
Yeah, no, I wasn't given any, so.
Yeah, might not be a good idea to keep doing that.
It's kind of hard though, because frankly, the person that seems to at this point be the party leader tends to do a lot of dumb stuff. And it feels like I'm the only voice of reason half the time.
You know what I do with people with bullheaded stupidity like that? I think in his case it's not stupidity. I believe he's
Oh no, he's
What?
extremely sharp. He's extremely smart. It's just that he can be insensitive as fuck, and I'm afraid that's gonna get us killed one of these days.
Oh. Trust me, I've seen worse.
He
Uh,
he literally recruited a Dalek and said that once we were done with the mission, that the Dalek could kill the Doctor.
See, you say Dalek, and I'd like you to just roll a perception when you say that word.
All of us?
Yeah, all of you can roll a perception when, like, just Percy. Percy, or if everyone wants to, if anyone's paying attention to the conversation that's going on in the background.
Oh. Well, in that
Alright.
case, Antonio's not.
Hold on. I got
That
an
is a
18
20.
on die. My perception is a 17. 18 plus 17. 18 plus 17. Do I have to get out my calculator? I have to get out my calculator.
Nah. Anyone who got above a 10, this, like, I don't think anyone's listening in,
35.
but
Nope. Jonathan is, but nobody else.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jonathan's listening in on this conversation.
Oh, what do I hear?
Well, you hear the conversation. Also, the fact that the second that Percy says the word Dalek, this person not only starts shaking, but you're not sure how they drew their gun, but they've got their gun out.
Uh-oh.
Let me roll, see if they catch themselves. Let me roll for Jack.
Okay, fuck, out of character. Now I feel like a jackass, because now I remember.
Middle of conversation with Antonio, Jack just yells, "Lark, weapons check." There's not any Daleks here, you know that. But to calm your ass down from a panic attack, I will. And he just kind of freezes.
Percy just looks back and then looks to him just... I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
You're fine. I'm still... He looks at the gun, working on it. He just holsters it.
Fair.
You know, you could always play wingman, right? Get yourself involved and maybe, alter the course of what's going on.
That's fair, but what if that just gets us all killed?
Take it from someone who didn't do that, and then they had a subordinate officer kill off their entire squad. It will destroy you guys from the inside if you don't do something about this. And it'll start with you, because you're the one who's stressed about it.
Large gulp from Percy. Just like that large gulp type deal. Noted.
You guys are a team. Get involved with each other, learn about each other, and if someone's got an unconventional method, use it to your advantage. Get involved. Maybe you can alter what the plan is, or give a better idea. If you're just the one sitting there and from what I've noticed, just telling them that something's a bad idea without elaborating or contributing, you're just gonna look like an ass.
Yeah, I have gotten kind of sense that that's what they think. He just kind of shakes his head. I'll work on that.
There. I think I said this to Jen as well, or someone, but do your best to just don't be me. Actually socialize for once, alright?
Alright.
Yeah, shakes his head. I'm sorry for reading too much into this.
Nah, man, it's all good. You make some good points.
So above table, real quick, Jonathan can hear them talk, right? He's hearing them like talk about Percy.
Yeah,
Okay.
or talk about like Percy's opinions on shit. So
Jonathan
everyone
would
at
move
this
his.
point, by Jack yelling and surmise that Dalek is a trigger word for this individual.
Which
Jen
now
yells. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I was
No,
about to say,
no,
you want to
I'm
go prove
fine.
my point, bud?
I'm not an ass. I'm not an ass.
Yeah,
I'm not an
you want to get
asshole.
shot by the
No,
veteran with.
I'm not an asshole. I'm not an asshole. I was kidding.
Jonathan's gonna go to Jin and hold his mouth shut, like hold his hand over his mouth.
All you
Like,
hear
don't
is Jen
say,
mumbling
don't
something.
say it, man.
Jen's mumbling something, and all you can assume is it has to do with an alien species and it's sexual. You can assume it's about Daleks.
What the fuck?
Oh God.
He's over here like. He's just going off.
Yeah.
Percy just looks, just kind of sighs and pushes the bridge of his nose.
I mean, if you want to be tentacle fucked by one of those things, I'm not gonna stop you, but just know that the goop is like not exactly as pleasant as it sounds.
Jen pushes away Jonathan's mouth for just a, or Jonathan's hands for just a moment.
Are you guys making out or something?
And he says, "Look, Jonathan said you have a nice bod."
What the fuck?
Thanks, I guess. He just looks confused. Meanwhile, Jack at the background. I mean,
I'm gonna
if
bop Jin upside the head.
meanwhile Jack in the
Hey, for once,
background,
not
they
me!
all meanwhile Jack in the background, who everyone is turned away from, is just going to say, I mean, y'all have a hot piece of ass from where I'm standing.
Have you met the TARDIS?
Mm.
I hope so.
Anyhow,
Uncle
I should.
just kind of shrug and go, I mean, your old antique Type 40 is nice, but I think I'll stick with Jarvis here as just pet motorcycle. Just pat.
Hmm.
Jen's like Iron Man.
Even New Earth has Marvel comics.
Like, hey, all right, hold on. Jen yells, "Jarvis, cup of Joe."
Watch the motorcycle ram him now.
I mean,
You watch the motorcycle turn into a person and walk over with a cup of coffee and hand it to you. And
What
then
the
walk back
fuck?
to work.
I just I take a cup of coffee and I look at my party and I'm like, hey, hey.
hey, you like your cup of Joe?
Yeah, dude, he starts sipping it and he's like wondering why it tastes like motor oil.
Oh my God.
Lark just looks at him and just goes, okay, you developed a sense of humor now. I've always had a sense of humor, you just haven't noticed.
Wait, which dog?
This is the TARDIS back to them just blatantly mentioning this, or you can assume it's a TARDIS. Whatever it is, it's a shape-shifting spaceship.
Tracy just looks, just like, okay, that's cool.
Why can't you do this, TARDIS? I want a cup of coffee.
Here comes.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on.
Here comes the
Here
piece
it
of
comes.
toast.
Oh.
Oh no! That's a nat 20!
No.
So there's just allowed. There's just allowed splat as just buttered toast just lands on the back of your shirt in such an awkward position that you can't remove it yourself. But you know it's there. You can feel it. It's actually warm toast.
Oh my
Jim
god,
stands
hun,
there for a
hun.
moment.
Instead of ceiling bread, it's gin bread.
Yes.
Jim stands there for a moment, feeling this wet mass slop against the back of his back, and he knows it's clinging to his outfit. He knows it's on his shirt. He knows it's not coming off. He looks to everybody in attendance, and then looks to Jonathan and says, "Will you remove this?"
Like, I don't know. Looks good on you.
Hearing that,
You
just
could-
immediately
you
pulls out a deck of cards, and he starts slinging each card out of this deck directly at Jonathan. What he hasn't told Jonathan is that the edge is sharpened, so he's going to be taking like a 1d1 of damage. These things are like paper cut ready.
Can I dodge them?
I don't know. How do you want to do this? I want to attack Jonathan for harassing me.
Alright, so what you need to do in that situation is you need to use a thrown weapon. Cards are actually a weapon in Pathfinder. You might be able to find them on the PHB.
So I can just use cards because my character's had them since the start of the campaign.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I need
Oh
to look
my
up the card stats, because there actually are stats for these. Because there is such a thing as a card caster in this game.
Okay.
It's a magus type.
So what do I need to add? Gear, a new weapon to the gear, and that would just
I
be
love.
the cards.
So
I
I just
love
roll a
cards.
reflex.
I mean, I'm okay with doing it casually. I don't really want to add it to my deck, my character sheet, because I'm not planning on using this against enemies.
Just as a joke.
This is like a joke thing that'll give you paper cuts.
I'm going to add it as a dart, but edit the dart.
Okay.
Alright,
We can change the name of the dart right away. I can do that much at least. Ignore the roll. That was me fucking up.
Yeah, so what you need to do is you need to change that and the damage dice to 1d1.
Okay. So this is just my little prank tool.
Funny prank tools. I love that there's card things for Pathfinder, though. I'm
What do
obsessed
you want?
with
Hey, it gives me a +2 to attack. I think that's due to my stats, though. Like, look, I changed the stats accurately. This is the real roll. The roll I just did is a real roll. Yeah, unless I'm.
Alright, Jonathan, roll dex.
Dexterity. All right.
Or reflex. Well,
Oh,
check the
reflex.
Oh, bro, I'm cutting the. Do you have a mustache or facial hair? I'm shaving you.
Oh,
Jonathan.
no!
Jonathan does not have a facial hair. No.
Alright, then.
A facial hair, only one.
What you notice is that these cards will cut about a bang of your front face away. Like, a card will go through the very front of your forehead, and it will just cut any hair right in front of your eyebrows all the way across evenly. That's what'll happen here.
Terrifying.
So I have eyebrows that are cut evenly. Is that it?
Eyebrows plus hair. So at the
Oh.
top of your eyebrows, you'll notice a cut, and at the bottom of your hair, where it meets that line, it'll be cut as well. Guess what? You have terrible bangs and an ugly face now. You're welcome.
Well, damn.
you-
I don't know what to say to that.
Fire back. I just literally cut your hair. Fire back. What you got? You got a t-shirt cannon and a robot, man. Use it. Come on,
Yep.
let's play for a minute. Just
Oh
for
my goodness.
Alright, okay, Jonathan is. He looks at Jin with like the face of pure conviction, and then pulls out his t-shirt cannon.
So, what do I roll for this, hon?
Is there a throw? Or like, roll a CMB.
Wouldn't this be arranged?
Who, me?
Roll a range
No,
CMB,
Percy.
yeah.
Percy.
Roll
I'm
range
not
CMB.
reacting yet.
Wait, who
Okay.
did I fire the cannon at? I meant to fire it at Jin.
Yeah, you fired it at
Alright.
me. Before that
So that's a
happens,
16.
Percy's getting a go.
Or wait, no,
I'm
that's the
just let-
no. Hold on. Not 16. I was looking at my CMB, not my ranged. So 18.
So Jonathan, while you're ready, your teeth cannon, very much so distracted. Out of nowhere,
Wait.
his
What
face
did you
just
say?
gets breaded like a
Listen, hold on,
fucking
hold on.
cat.
Hold
Like
on,
how
wait
you
a
throw
minute.
cheese
Move,
on a
move.
cat.
Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. He cut.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
as you're pulling out your t-shirt cannon, ready to fire, like, alright, I'll show you. You know that meme where a cat gets cheese thrown over their face?
Yeah.
The bread just comes flying over and just does that to Jonathan. Butter side to the face.
Nice.
And there's just a loud, satisfying wet smack.
What,
Percy
the
is
TARDIS
just-
did that to me?
No, Percy's giving you a
Ow.
shitting smirk.
Yeah.
Also, Jin, there's no longer toast on your back.
It's Jonathan's fault. There's toast on my back.
Not anymore.
He proclaims, knowing full well that's wrong.
Oh, so wait, did I fire the t-shirt cannon or did I not fire it?
You
And
did,
something
you
else
did.
happened?
You did fire it.
No.
Roll
Okay.
dex, Jin.
All right.
I'll
Just
take these instances as happening at the same
don't lose your
time.
mind when you see how high my rolls are. I have absurd luck, and G roll 20 lets me reflex it. You'll see. Look at that. 17. That's kind of high.
Guys, look at the Who crew text.
It does
I-
not beat the hit, the 19 to hit though.
So,
Because
know-
it hit you.
So at the
So-
same time as Jonathan just gets whacked in the face with bread, Jin is whacked in the face with a t-shirt.
Jen goes flying back about 10 feet and crashes into some crates behind him. Just throwing about. I'm assuming this fight's happening on the TARDIS since we're just bullshitting.
No, this is happening just on the beach as you guys are like hanging out.
And I crash into some empty crates that were used to store booze, but are no longer, full. So I crash into a bunch of the crates, and you hear it, and you can see wood pieces flying around just from the G-force from his t-shirt cannon hitting so hard. So Jin's dazed for a minute here. Go ahead, anybody else.
I'm just
So,
gonna look over and just go, nice shot.
Oh, the party's fighting with each other. Oh no.
This is literally just fighting over the sandbox. Come on.
No, this is just you guys being silly with each other, which is completely doable.
This
You
is
see, Percy's just cracking up that he actually managed to
Bread, Jonathan.
well, toast Jonathan, but yeah.
I guess we're even now, huh, Jen? I mean, you got my face and I got you.
Jin reaches one hand up while he's back in this pile of wood, and he pulls himself forward and he looks at Jonathan and he's like, "We're not done. You don't understand. Until we get onto that TARDIS, I'm going to destroy you."
And this is where I'm going on to the TARDIS.
Uh-oh.
You see Percy running to the TARDIS.
Yeah, because I'm now realizing that me, toasting Jonathan now makes me part of this. And the TARDIS is the safe square.
Can I roll to try and trip up Percy? With
Boy,
my
I took the bread off your back and put it on your aggressor.
with my yo-yo. Well, Dodge.
You're gonna try to trip up Percy?
See?
Yeah, Percy's part of this. You can't let them run away.
I
Fair
protected you,
Alright,
bitch!
Percy, you're not getting away. He's gonna fire his t-shirt cannon at Percy.
Alright.
Alright,
Oh my goodness.
you've got two attacks coming for you. One is aimed at your feet, trying to bind you, and the other is probably just trying to knock you silly.
Yep, that's gonna hit. And so is that one.
Really, both of them? Are you sure? I think we have different ACs for
You still
those
need to roll
attacks.
dex. You haven't rolled
Yeah.
dex.
13's kind of low.
Again, this is like it goes dex then AC.
Yep,
Both count.
that's a nat one.
Oh dear.
So
I
you
ate
guys
shit.
try so you guys get a hold of Percy like this, and the problem is Jin catches him by the legs. The t-shirt cannon fires. Then Lark casts skate on Percy, and they just get flung around. Jin, by the t-shirt's cannon's momentum. Jin, I need you to roll me a save to see if you don't fall on your ass and get wrapped up like a pretzel.
Okay, what save am I rolling?
I'm sorry, what? What's going on?
So
Mark saved
Lark
you.
is casting skate on Percy. So skate basically means that on any surface you're on is like ice. This means that Percy's going to start spinning around Jin in a clockwise motion based on the yo-yo.
What did I do to deserve this?
Okay, what am I rolling?
You're being
Save?
rescued. What do you mean?
Does
How-
that
How is
mean,
this rescuing me?
does that mean that the t-shirt could come flying back at me? That...
No, it means that the t-shirt's gonna propel Percy like shooting a windmill.
Oh.
So Percy will be heading in a direction, and your t-shirt's gonna hit them in the back, giving them more momentum.
Oh.
Yep. And because they're
Okay,
trapped by the yo-yo,
what am
they're
I
going to
rolling,
circle
Doc?
Jin specifically.
What am I rolling, Doc?
Basically roll me a dex to see if you don't get entangled in this.
Hey, 16's not terrible.
Alright. So you actually watch this and you're just like, haha, this is gonna be, why is Percy spinning? And you're just like, oh shit, and drop the yo-yo string. And Percy, you go skidding off. Over, and you're just like, at this point, you go skidding off in a direction and you manage to stop yourself with the, the momentum dies off, you manage to stop yourself. But you're like 10 feet out above the water, just kind of standing on it. Just
Could
like,
Loud yelp, and he's trying to run back towards the TARDIS.
alright.
So while all this is going on, Jin stabilizes himself. He's recovering from the spin, right? He did not bad at that, so he's getting a stabilization. And when he stabilizes, he doesn't see Percy. He doesn't see Jonathan. He sees Antonio. And
I just
he's
sat back
like,
down. What happened?
Jin starts approaching Antonio, and there's a certain
Why?
air about him that's challenging and threatening. When Jin arrives to where Antonio is standing, you feel like you're going to have a conflict. So just, you have reaction time. Jin is
Are you
walking
JoJoing
towards.
me?
I'm JoJoing you hard.
I have no idea about JoJo besides that image.
What you see is the menacing aura around Jin as he approaches you. React, do whatever. You've got time to react. You can do whatever, but he's not gonna stop.
Thank you for giving me time to escape.
Hey,
He has
we've got other people to mess with, and you know what?
He has a stick.
Are you holding
it? Use the stick.
Are you putting the stick between you and Jin right now? Are you holding it up like between the both of you?
He's kind of just like holding it tightly, like in both hands, just like, okay, I don't know what's going on here at all. But
Like
if
right.
this guy is coming at me, it's more of like a defensive like preparation.
All right. So Jin wants to keep approaching. Doc,
Uh-huh.
can I roll perception to see if the blow is coming towards me so I can react better?
There is no blow coming towards you. He is just
Oh my
holding
God.
the stick.
Oh, I thought you were gonna swing it at me, or you
No,
were
he
holding
is holding it up with both of his hands in a more defensive position because he doesn't know what the heck you're trying to do.
Okay. Instead of that, then I would like to roll strength to grab the stick and pull it out of Antonio's possession.
Contested strength. Also, the thing in Pukru text, amazing.
Just so you know, my strength is a 0 modifier. I have no stats in this at all. So if you want to
Oh.
roll strength against me, you'll probably be
A 12.
a 19.
You grab the stick. The problem is you feel like you've made a grave mistake.
Oh.
The
Oh
stick
dear.
vibrates in your hand, and I need you to roll me a strength save against the stick.
A strength save? Is that just strength?
Strength against just strength against the stick.
A 14.
The stick comes flying out of your hands and moves to attack of its own accord.
Am I getting beat by a stick on its own?
That's what it looks like.
Antonio! Stop! Antonio!
Jonathan's gonna put the his t-shirt can behind his back and kind of just look away.
Antonio's like standing there, absolutely dumbfounded.
Jim's gonna try and smack the stick away as it's beating him.
You manage to start smacking it and start playing with it like it's a sword. And I'm going to let Antonio know, Antonio exclusively, we'll be able to see this, but I'd like you to roll a sense motive.
Oh boy. I did put some points into this. Wait, I do
Good
have a
job.
lot of points in this actually.
Smart move.
My sense motive on its own is an 11.
You're
Nice.
better than me, and I
And
specialize
that's
in
a 19 on the die.
Alright, so Percy, or not from Percy, Antonio.
I was gonna say, I thought I got out of here.
No one else sees anything, but you see this man. You can only assume, you don't know who this guy is, but he's holding the stick in a very experienced swordsman pose, and he is just jabbing at Jin like he's fencing.
He's even more dumbfounded. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, he's giving him the cane! No, stop! It didn't work out for the next generation!
Oh my
Alright, hey, can I roll perform tricks to counter? I want to counter by throwing my cards at every blow this guy's throwing, and I'd like to roll my performance.
You cannot see what is controlling the stick, but you may try.
Alright,
Antonio can only see what's controlling the stick. Percy!
alright, I am rolling my performance to counter this, right?
Percy is
Percy,
in the
however,
Percy's in the TARDIS at this point.
Percy, the recorder is giving off the sense that something is so fucking hilarious that they are dying.
He's gonna
And you just see the 10th Doctor just like suddenly appear next to you, like look like he's listening for a moment, then just die on the floor laughing.
He just looks over, it's just like, is something up, man?
He just gestures at the door and to look out the window.
He's gonna look out the window.
He would see Jin fighting the walking stick.
Alright, the first thing you see when you're looking at Jin fighting the walking stick is Jin Naruto running away from the walking stick while throwing cards behind him that seem to poof in a magical fashion, but they really do nothing. It's like effect. It's like warping. It's warping. You see Jin warping with pain.
And the thing is that what?
He's starting to speak Japanese. His son's just in ninjutsu.
Oh no!
My milk.
And you just hear this thing speak back in Japanese, and it says something to the effect of "I'm the ninja of four winds, feel my wrath," and it just goes back after you.
You just hear Jin reply with Oriwa mi desu da hero desu, which if you translate that, it roughly translates to "I am the chosen one. You fall here, Kane monster."
There's a chair that you can start boxing with this thing with.
Oh
Jin
my
grabs the
god.
chair and grabs the chair and slings it at the cane.
So when you swing it at the cane, you watch the cane like go really low to the ground. At this point, you're able to roll a psionics to see what's controlling it.
Is that sense motive or?
Yeah, that's sense motive. I use sense
Right.
motive for in tune to environment.
I lost it recently.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, you watch as like it drops to the ground and that old man just shows up, gets back up like an experienced athlete, and just comes back at you. Like, I'm ready, bitch.
Come at me, fiend!
Allow me to roll something to dodge its movements. I want to just
Sure.
dodge its offensive purely. What should I roll for that? I don't want to engage it. I want to
Yeah, just
show it.
taking the dodge, like the full round action of dodge.
Okay, so how do I do that? Here.
Basically you just take the full round action. Because again, this thing's not even trying to hit you; it's just acting like it is.
Then I'm
So
focusing purely on dodging its make-believe attack.
God.
yeah.
Is anybody watching this happen? Is
Yes!
there anybody
Antonio
that has something?
is staring.
Percy is cracking up at the
Antonio
door of the
is-
TARDIS.
Jonathan is
Physically
kind of looking
cannot
at
look
it.
away.
There is a new individual leading outside the TARDIS who is just smiling with like, I feel like, I feel like Antonio, you know the face that that he's making.
Do I? You
Can I
said
roll-
10.
Can I
Yeah,
roll-
that
can I
like
roll-
cheeky smile. That's like the
Oh.
like his like that like
So
aha
it's just
smile.
like it's not like the face, it's just kind of the look that's familiar.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like you guys are able to see him. Like unironically, he's not hiding himself. The other one seems like he was just to fuck with you guys.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do now, actually. So the cane's not ready. I'm ready to wrap this up.
Alright.
So Jin casts deacceleration on the cane and then casts acceleration on himself, allowing himself to grip the cane and say, "Omae wa mo shinderu," which means you are already dead.
Don't say that.
Oh,
Don't say that. Don't break the first Doctor again.
It's an anime reference, though. I'm not actually saying he's dead. I'm sure the cane recognizes it's a reference.
They're from the 60s.
They're also immortal.
You just
They're
hear
time
the cane.
travelers.
You don't hear the cane make that noise. He looks confused. The other one just screams naughty across the beach.
No.
George is not the type to watch anime, but by the fact that 10 is literally read Harry Potter, I have him like, I have him noted down as like the nerd one.
Got it. Great. Love it.
Jin
And
basically.
the guy just poofs and the cane drops to the floor lifeless.
Oh my god.
And it kind of picks itself back up and just floats back over to Antonio. Just kind of like if Antonio's wearing a belt, just sheathing itself at the belt. Just like my work here is done.
Jin holsters his yo-yo and adjusts glasses on his face that aren't there, and says, "Let's go, let's go, let's go. What's next?" All right, that was interesting and fun, and I'm sorry I beat your old man, but it seemed like he was having fun.
Antonio just like stands there for a minute, just staring, confused. absolutely
Antonio.
dumbfounded by this entire
Just
situation.
the guy leaning against the TARDIS. You guys have never seen this guy. Is just gonna go, well, you see, I wasn't actually trying to hurt you. It was more so I was just trying to make some fun. He just smiles.
Alright.
Okay.
Jen's gonna walk towards Percy, towards the TARDIS.
Percy's inside the TARDIS.
Yep, the moment he sees that, it's just like, nope, and run for his room.
Antonio has decided that is enough of everything for today, and he is going to walk inside the
Well, as you guys were starting to walk that direction, the guy just looks in the back and just goes, "Oh, that's my time to go. I can't appear too far away from that thing. Well, bye." He just disappears. Or he just goes, and that's like he just disappears into thin air, like the old man did. Is Jin going to make this time to try and further convince anyone that the TARDIS is haunted?
Time machine's haunted. What? Time machine's haunted.
Pulls out Glock.
You understand my jokes.
And you guys have managed to
I mean,
get
at least
back
it's not a hole.
inside pretty easily. Good. Same suit guy is like inside, but he seems like he's more just vibing. Basically like standing outside of Percy's room. And he's just like gonna notice all of you guys just wave and then walk through the door.
Yeah,
Percy,
Percy's
you
just
pretend just standing in your doorway. Or in your room.
he is just laying in his room with his head under the pillow.
Well, that was funny. Oh, come on, don't be like that. That was fun.
Yeah, it kinda was.
Hey, there you go.
Still though, I would have appreciated not getting dragged into it further. I was just trying to help Jin out.
Oh, come on, but you know that's half the fun of this stuff. That's why I travel. Getting involved, it's so much more fun than just standing on the sidelines.
No fair.
Besides, you've had fun for the first time in a while. Come on.
Yeah, it was pretty
Perfect
great.
chance for a new adventure. I'll tell you what, I'll even let you guys pick this time.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of character,
Off you trot. You just like, off you trot. Well, I've got my wits about me. Come on. To the console.
he's gonna follow.
Walk back through the door, past everyone, and just go, and I'll say, we've got an adventure. Come on. You guys get to pick this time. Come on. Just like, let's go.
Out of
Excited.
character, didn't Phantom already say he'd already put something into the TARDIS?
Yeah, he did. Which is what he's gonna figure out in like
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Listen,
Because he's gonna look at the coordinates.
He can say he's gonna put in some coordinates to put us somewhere, but it doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Yeah. Watches guy, he wanders up to the console and goes, huh, where do these go to? You know what, I think this will be equally fun. Good luck. And he just slams down a lever. This is a lever you guys have not pushed before. But
Oh boy.
everything just begins shaking and he just disappears.
Does Jin and Jonathan see this?
Yes, they do. The ghost is urging you guys to come with them and like come to the console room. Just like excitedly.
And he's like looking at the ghost, and he's like, Jonathan, how many times do I have to tell you? Ghosts
I didn't do anything.
are real. They're real. Look, it wants us to follow it. I've told you time and time again. I tell you what, they're not just haunting this spaceship. They're haunting everywhere, man. Look.
Yeah.
And Jen starts to follow it towards where it wants us to go.
Okay, the doctor is a he, not a it, but
I mean, it could be an it. I actually did have regeneration that identified as both, depending upon the day. Maybe I'll get another one of those. That'd be fun. Or I could be a woman for once. Or Ginger. I want to be Ginger.
I hope it's a woman for once. He says under his breath.
Out of character, we don't talk about 13.
13 hasn't happened yet by the course of this campaign.
I
Yeah.
don't know the context to that.
13th season is iffy. Very
I think
preachy
it's
in the
the
wrong
Rosa
ways.
Parks
Of Doctor
episode.
Who?
Yeah, like 13th Doctor.
Oh.
I still think it's just the Rosa Parks shenanigans that are iffy. I still need to watch her stuff.
Yeah. From what I saw, it wasn't like horrible. Like I think I only saw like maybe the first 6 episodes of it properly, and it wasn't horrible.
It's just
She's good
yeah, it's just a drop in quality from what we're used to,
a bit.
which is probably why people are railing against it.
Yeah.
No, just
It's
look
always
at
like a
Jonathan
thing to
and
like have like people step into this role finally, because like they're either, oh, it's a natural, like, fun, good experience, or okay, this is something they need to like adjust.
I mean,
about
Rose
Jonathan?
didn't get into her role immediately.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a very different experience being a companion to actually playing the Doctor.
yeah, but you should look over at Jonathan and just go. I mean, place is not haunted. Those objects you got in your pockets are haunted, though. I'm the
I
one
don't
haunting
know
them.
about that.
I'm the
Jin
doctor.
says it's
Hello.
haunted, so and I tend to believe him more.
He comes forward and he's like,
I'm gonna be right back for 2 seconds.
haunt.
Yes, I'm the one haunting them. I'm
Jen's
proud
like,
of it.
wait, are you transparent?
No, I'm not a parent.
Jen
So,
looks
I
at
can't say that.
Jonathan.
That's a good joke, though.
Jen looks at Jonathan and he's like, hey man, look, at this point, I'm like convinced we need to make a Ghostbusters vacuum that sucks up ghosts and stuff, man. And like, I'll study the arcane if you study the engineering, and we can make it happen. We can literally get rid of weirdos. He tries to whisper, not talking to the ghost, but like, we can get rid of weirdos. Well, real easy, man. If we just put our brains together.
I return. I'm back.
I mean, if you want help,
that
I
might
do like that movie.
that might not be too hard to make.
What were you saying,
What?
Doc?
You said, I mean, if you want help, I do like that movie.
What happened?
Are you actively suggesting it's okay for us to get rid of you?
No, not really. I'll just come back if you try that. So, but if you invent something of a Ghostbusters, that's not get off my back. That just sounds fun.
Okay. Jen pauses for a moment, realizing he's talking to something dead, and he's like,
He's
"What
not
would make
dead.
you go away forever?" Oh, never mind then.
No, I'm not dead. I suppose if he broke the recorder, maybe this regeneration would leave sequence, but that'd be bad.
Yeah, and let's not do that.
Then you'll just have the yo-yo all over again. In which case, it doesn't really break. You just need to go and fix it, and then you get ornery. Yo-yo, I'm fine with, but don't break it on purpose, please. It does hurt.
Jen pulls out the yo-yo, and he's like, "What? This?"
Yeah. Looking back at that face, I was such a grumpy old man. The yo-yo proceeds to fly at him and try and smack him, but he just dodges it like, hey, I'm just listing the truth. Also, I can't believe I'm talking to myself through a yo-yo. That's like... Then again, I spent an
Jen's
entire
like, wait.
episode...
Jen's like, "Hey, hold up. Y'all are the same?" He points at you and the yo-yo. He's like making the hand gestures. He's like, "What?"
Yeah, that's... Would you believe me if I said that that's actually the youngest version of myself, and I'm actually over 900, but that one's only 372-ish?
You know, he hates it when I play video games. Right? Like, he gets mad. I know he's sitting there in that little... He's sitting there in that yo-yo, watching me play Dark Souls, die time and time again, and he thinks I'm wasting my time. I can hear his aggravation.
To be fair, To be fair, I did not understand humans when I at that age at all. It took me getting exiled to this planet to start understanding you, to any of you, and even then, I still didn't understand what you all are up to. You're ingenious and inventive, but sometimes, I swear.
Welcome
We
to
waste time
humans.
more than we make up for it. I'll admit that.
Yeah. Still makes it interesting, though.
So, you're the same guy as the guy inside my yo-yo? You're the same?
Yeah, I'm the same person you talked to the other day at the bar, too. That hasn't happened yet for me. I just know that it happened, and that's how you're here.
Jen tries to bring this yo-yo closer to show him that the yo-yo is damaged.
Yo-yo's been fixed. It's been fixed since you guys left Arion. You don't know how it got fixed. It just fixed itself.
He's looking at it now and he's trying to. Can I roll sense motive on just observing the yo-yo at its current state? Okay. I want you to know that only in this session did I notice how many points I had to spend. So I spent them, and if you don't mind, we can correct them after.
Sure.
Okay.
Also, I don't really do, like... I'm not going to be too heavy-handed on spells in this, honestly.
Okay. Because it was mostly my stats. I had 20 points I didn't spend, and I was wondering why Antonio had a higher sense motive than me, since that's what my build was. And then I realized, oh, he might have probably spent his points. My
You
character.
can do that over long rest as well.
I did that
Sure
recently.
how I got an 11 actually. I only put 2 points into it properly. I don't remember where it exactly came from.
Wait, out of your free points, you only put 2 into sense motive, and you have.
There's only 2 points that I put into my sense motive. There's a 4. Oh, no, that's why. Because I got a bonus 5 on things that I wasn't skilled in.
Wow.
I forgot
Okay.
that existed.
Wow. Oh my god, you dumpstered my main point distribution. You did. Like,
what
I.
class did you end up taking with Antonio? Did you take a class?
I did not. That has not happened yet, no.
I will be right back. I need to go bathroom.
Okay.
We'll just wait. Don't worry. Yeah, so I just put the rest of my points out how I wanted to put them. I don't know if it's accurate. That's why I was saying we need to go over it after the end of the game. I put 11 points into sense motive out of my bonus points that I had. So now my total for sense motive at the moment is 16. That is my average roll.
I'm going to knock the 5 down if that is okay with you.
Yeah,
You want-
totally.
Wait,
I'm
me
gonna
or
knock it down to a 2, Antonio.
Yeah, I can do that.
no worries.
Just those right now. Oh, actually, you're doing it.
Percy also has a character with high sense motive.
Yeah.
But basically, the whole idea is that I was trying to recreate the bard's jack of all trades thing, but I think I did pretty poorly. Because
Yeah.
the idea
It
is
is
that
a little overpowered, I will say.
yeah, Antonio, like backstory wise, has certain things that would make him know things that he doesn't know, and have like a
Yeah.
random trove of randomness. So he's basically
Yeah.
he's basically a random fact generator.
Yeah. He's a jack of all trades in the strange knowledge department for sure. This works for him, but when you told me it was a 5, I was just like, are we sure about that one?
Yeah, that's just why I'm gonna knock it down because I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. That's
2 is
completely
better.
fine, totally.
Bear in mind my balancing is not the best. I'm still learning Pathfinder as a system, but I am trying, and I think I'm doing pretty okay.
I will go through and mess with those actually real quick.
I guess that's the yo-yo. So you get the sense that the yo-yo is grumpy at the it's being like pouty like the child that knows that the adult is right, but doesn't want to admit it. Jin is deafened, so I'll wait for him to get back.
Okay. There is a 10 in that slot in diplomacy. Is that right, or should I change that one too, by the way?
For sense motive?
No, for diplomacy there is a 10.
I don't believe we've got anything that would make your diplomacy that high.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know what that came from.
Did that come from? I know what it came from. It was me messing with the sheet and trying to get stats to change.
I see. So it should just be like a 2 as well, or?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
two.
since that's an untrained. Alright, cool. Figured all that out. Epic. Sense motive is still good. An 8 is still nice.
Hey.
I'm back. Hello?
Welcome back. Still waiting on Jin.
Gotcha. Everything all good?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what did I miss? My uncle just came in, so I might have to mute myself on occasion.
Oh, hi.
So Yo-Yo is seemingly upset towards the individual he's basically pointing out. I'm older than you, therefore wiser, and just sitting there like. Basically, you can tell that the Yo-Yo is pouting, and basically internally, you can tell that he's just sitting there saying, "This is a load of bullshit."
You know what? Here's
Or
what
he's
Jin does.
stating it.
This is what Jin does in the situation. Jin grabs the yo-yo and he walks up to the man who says the yo-yo and him are the same, and he puts the yo-yo in the man's hand, and he says,
he's
"Go."
he's
He
transparent.
goes to pick it up and take it like he would, but then it just falls through his hand. Just clatters
He's
on the
gonna-
floor and goes, "Oh, sorry about that. Sometimes I'm actually not transparent. Sometimes I am. I gotta forget which time is which."
Jin just says, "I thought you two might have needed a moment to yourselves. I was gonna let y'all have that, but it seems like I don't think you're ready."
He just does like a gesture, like a shake his hand back and forth. Technically, I got over his angst, what, 7 cycles ago? It's been a long time since I was him. You're talking to
Ring
someone
ring
who's
9 is calling.
basically
You're talking angst.
Mm-hmm.
you're basically talking to the person who was 900 over. It's had at least 9 different faces and hundreds of hours of life experience since then. At that point, I was just a moody teenager running from a war. Honestly. Now that is generalizing things a lot, considering. Again, I'm not even trying to explain my previous selves to people anymore. It's just one of those things where I just treat them all as me, because they'll technically are me, but then I remember that no, it's not me. But technically it is. Just way less confusing not to think about it. I'll wait for Misty to get back.
Meow.
Lim.
No.
Lim.
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 It's my bad. I was getting dinner ready.
Isn't take a dinner break needed?
I mean, that works.
No,
I just
it's
put on.
in the oven. It's in the oven now. I got time.
Okay, I'm kind of hungry though.
Well, you guys can get some dinner, and by the time y'all come back, I might be eating there, but that doesn't bother me none.
That's fair. Cause like, are you allowed to have food at your computer?
Yes,
Gotcha. I'm not allowed to have food in my room, so.
I
So
can.
I will basically go over what he was saying though.
Also, I would like you to know that I currently have Isun's theme in the background, because I feel like this kind of feels the mood.
Oh. You hear Grandpa? I miss it.
Misty boy.
So, I realize we've been having a lot of fun. Do you guys know what we're doing today?
Things have gotten a little chaotic by accident.
I'll leave it alone. I won't be any more of an issue. I'll go with the plot line, I promise. I'll hold myself together, don't worry. I do want to see what Doc has in mind for today. I will say the last, like, 30 minutes of whatever was just us fucking around.
It has been very amusing.
Oh yeah, I know.
I was hoping it was, you know. If it's not amusing, I don't want to do it. I don't want to make people feel like this is some stupid bullshit, you know. Like,
You know.
I don't want to make jokes. I have to sense that people are ready for a couple jokes, and then we can go to the main line.
Just gotta have a little funny in there.
Yeah. So like, I'm ready for the mainline story for today.
So, do we want to take the break before that, or do we want to take the break later once Rainbow has
I
some
mean,
food? Or
my piece is
Misty.
gonna take me 20 minutes. I don't care either way.
Alright. So
Like-
basically, from what you can gather, I'll just summarize what this guy has been explaining for you.
Okay.
is he basically has explained that, like, he basically, what you're talking about when it comes to the guy in the yo-yo versus him, is you're talking about him as basically basically a young man running away from a war because he was afraid versus someone who's lived through the war, fought in it, and came out the other end and just really is still trying to figure life out.
Oh, I'm talking to the pacifist, not the warmonger.
Oh no, the one you're talking to is the runaway. You've got the first
AWOL.
doctor.
He's a deserter.
He's the AWOL, but he was never a deserter.
If he's-
I'll just get
Oh,
explain
okay,
it
look,
in
look.
character.
Hold on. AWOL and deserter are the same things.
I did not know that.
AWOL is absent without leave. Deserter is somebody who leaves their post without being let loose. It's the same thing.
I'll just explain it in character.
Go ahead.
Basically, he's the young version of myself that chose to run and never look back because he got tired of the way things were. I'm still tired of the way things were, still hated it, never stopped hating it. I just found a better profession. So, yeah, he's gonna be distrusting of humans. He's the one who just encountered humans for the first time because the TARDIS randomized the planet to Earth. And Earth was an easy place to hide.
Jen's like, if you wanted a new profession, buddy, you should have tried something like this. And then he performed some magic tricks. How's that sound?
You just get the sense of, like, rolled eyes, just... Yeah... Your response of "we are technically dead" is technically true. He's not the current incarnation. I'm not the current incarnation. We've got no idea who the current incarnation is. We just know when we're not. So, you need to find the one that is if you wonder that question.
So,
We're both the past, technically speaking, but you're meeting us out of order.
Jin looks at both the yo-yo and the man speaking, and he says, so what's the point of existing for the both of you? If you're not the main, why exist?
Yes, we're all still the same person. I'm still alive and around. I'm just not around like this. You'd think of regenerations like separate consciousnesses, but not. It's complicated, and the entirety of my knowledge on it is very limited. Professionally, I was sort of a physicist and an engineer. I'm not a... I took my title because I wanted to be someone who helped people, not because I'm actually a doctor. Technically speaking, I did actually spend time in a human college getting a doctorate at one point when I was bored, but that's besides the point. Point is, I'm the older one, he's the younger one. The one in the cane is in the middle.
He's pretty good at hiding. Is Nick still away right now?
No, I've been here. I've been waiting until we're ready to go on break.
Everyone's here, I think.
Everyone's here. Can I get a yes? We are here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Jen's gonna look over to Percy and be like, Do you know anything about this kind of stuff going on with the doctors? You show us your flute for a second here, and let's see what he has to say about your flute.
Out character, how much do I know? How much about this shit was I taught?
You were taught that it existed, but you were not taught how it worked because it was not believed to be a necessity if you couldn't. You were just told that there are certain problems that come with it, but ultimately just... Basically, the people you talk to seem to accept it as a fact of life and don't actually have a scientific understanding of it.
I mean, I know a tiny bit about it. Basically, from time to time, these guys will basically change their face for some reason. I wasn't exactly explained to me like how they do
I spoke
it.
the time vortex. That's how I died. He just laughs.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
you what?
Yeah, that's how I became this phase. And then I think the current, this one that I am, yeah, I died of radiation poisoning. That's how I
Yikes.
became the next one, which is I think the one that's in Rivers Fez. The one that's in the yo-yo died of cold. Just the elements in general.
I
I forget what
thought-
the one in the cane died of.
I thought they. I thought you guys couldn't get cold.
No, we can get cold. We can get exposed to severe elements just as anyone can. What, you think we're invincible or something? Yeah, I've got the same amount of strength as a
You
regular
guys have.
person unless I choose
thought-
to bolster that with psionics, which I haven't done in years.
I thought you guys were like less were like more resistant to cold.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. Just because we're resistant to cold just means we can go outside without a jacket and negative 10, and doesn't mean we go outside without a jacket and negative 10 and not get frostbite.
You know, fair.
If you go to an ice planet, don't wear proper protection, you're gonna die.
Good to know.
He just kind of thinks for a bit. I mean, yeah, I can survive colder and warmer temperatures. I'm more physically resilient than a human. This does not mean I'm invincible. It's like the things that you guys keep talking to that you think are gods. They're not gods. They're just people with an extreme amount of power.
Percy just
None of
shrugs.
us are gods. Gods don't exist. I mean,
You know, fair.
he just shake his head. Sorry. This is complicated. The best for your purposes that you need to understand is when I die, I do not die. I just become a different person, which is still the same person with the same memories. It's just a different face and a different personality. The various objects are different faces that I've had over the years that have just been scattered about the cosmos. In some... Honestly, I don't know why. I would assume it's an attempt to save ourselves if something bad happened, but that would imply that something bad did happen, and I'm not the current one. I don't know how to tell you that. I just know what my life was, how I lived, how I died, what his life was, pointing at the cane and the yo-yo. And that's it, because that's what I've lived through. Up to this point, I've lived through those things. I've lived through all of those things. But I can't tell you anything more than that, because I'm not a mind reader. I can't tell the future. Well, technically, I suppose if I was more in tune with things, I could, but not that far out. That's like sage levels of... Yeah, I don't even want to talk about this. It's just complicated to explain, and he decides. I'm not mad, just for your full awareness. I'm not mad, I'm just... I wish I could tell you more, I truly do. I wish I could say that I have all the answers just standing here talking to you. But I don't. I'm not some... I don't have the power to just snap my fingers and fix everything. That's sort of what I'm relying on all of you to do, I think. You'll find the answers you need eventually. You can ask me questions, you can ask them questions about themselves. But, excuse me. In the end, we're all just as confused as you are. We don't know what's going on. In someone's case, it makes them grouchy. In my case, I just get really talkative because I'm scared. And the other one's case, I think, looking at the cane, I'm not sure what you're up to, but at least you're having fun. I'm jealous of that, which is something I can be jealous of. I've spent enough energy already today. I'm going to back to wherever it is I go when I'm not here. I don't quite know where it is. So,
Percy would just give him. He would try to give gentle pat on the back, like not going through him, but just like trying to just like gently, you know, like trying to pat something that's not there. You know what I mean by that?
go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll kind of smile and just go. If I do know, though, you all will be the first to know what's going on. I swear it. I don't want to just leave you all here in the dark because it's. I don't usually like doing that. 'Cause that's the thing my new phase is doing. I'm not sure what's gone through my head, but it's not by choice. Sorry, go ahead. Everyone's been very quiet, and I'm sorry.
You're all good.
No, it's fine.
Sorry. So is the character talking to us generally, or are they talking to one specific person?
They're talking in general, like.
Jonathan kind of just looks at it and says, I think it'll be alright, dude. I think in time, we'll figure out everything that we need to know.
Nod.
Antonio at this point has just needed to sit down because that was a lot to take in because he has no idea why he was here properly, and hearing all that, it's just like, there's a guy in the stick.
There's a guy in the stick, and there's multiple of them that have multiple pieces of their own lives, but don't quite know what's going on, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in for a guy who's really still trying to figure out what's happening.
Since
He
I
just
need
needs
to
a
take
little
some
sit-down.
medication for something that I've got going on, I should probably do something else. I also need to return the house phone and probably
Yeah,
get a stack.
go take care of those couple of things then.
But in summary, he knows just as much as you do. He seems exasperated by the fact that he can't tell you anything. But he's trying. So that's all I can really say
He's
about the
doing his
situation.
best, and I care about him.
Yes. And he's doing his best to care about you guys, because he doesn't want to purposely mislead anybody, but he literally is not the current one, meaning he does not understand the circumstances of what led up to this happening.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably, the current one might not even know that.
I was about to say, I was gonna ask that. Just like, does he even know?
It's a crapshoot. Jin has met 12th, and 12th is technically the only one who would know, but 12th can't explain it because he's technically the future.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry that this just became like a random, like, stupidity of things, but
Nah, man, that's what's fun about session.
No, it's good.
You're good.
Anything can happen, anything will happen.
Yep.
We're having a good time.
Not to mention, we're, you know, we're procrastinating our own death.
yeah, because you guys took a nat one, and I've told you what the nat one is, but I think it's been a while.
Out of character, I think I know what the nat one is.
The net one in what? What I was rolling earlier?
Jin, because there's a hostile entity, I decided to give you guys the nat one. I'll be back.
Oh, I see.
Because, like, you guys rolled into something that could be found in Arion, and then I was like, well, this could be in Arion, I don't want to do this. So I'll have, like, someone re-roll for hostile, like, I'll let Jin re-roll for hostile, and I'm like, okay, that's something you guys did, like, last time you were out and about. Taking the nat one is something I've never seen.
You know, I'm going to go eat.
I
I
think
will
we'll
be-
be alright with the nat one. It's fine. I don't care how hostile it is. I'll put myself in front of the party if we need to.
Well, if it's what I think it is, I'm excited, but also terrified. I don't know. We will see. I'm gonna go eat.
Go get some food.
I almost want to do a thing with Jonathan one time where he completely just pulls a Joseph on him, an opponent.
Joseph?
Joseph Joestar, he did a thing with most of his opponents that he faced where he'll literally go, "Your next line is," and then proceeds to say what his next line is, and the enemy will say that line, and they just get all tripped over it.
See, there are NPCs that I can do that with. But I didn't know enough about JoJo to know it was a thing. So I'm getting soup. I think it's soup. They're also cherry squares, which I'm immensely excited for.
Hmm.
But yeah. Also figured I would give you guys something along that lines I've been meaning to, where it's like, hey, he knows just about as much as you guys do. I feel like it's needed. Cause you guys have all these objects around. And he rolled, like, stupid, like, pretty good to actually show up. So.
Mm-hmm.
Need a better apparatus for soup. Measuring cup. Soup. I have tea, I have soup. Huzzah. Yes.
I'm reading funny Tumblr posts, and apparently somebody had was accused of hacking because they realized that their cat could see cloaked things in video games.
How the hell does that happen?
That is actually brilliant. Having your cat watch the game with you, and then when the cat does something, shoot in that direction.
Yeah, it reads. I had a buddy whose cat was his spotter in online gaming back in the day in Planet Side 1. His cat would just spaz out and bat at the screen while he was playing. At first, he got annoyed that the cat was getting in the way, but after a little while, he realized that the cat could see the Predator-esque ripple outline of cloakers moving around and was batting at them. After he realized that, he got a lot of angry PMs accusing him of hacking when he would pop cloakers as soon as they turned up on his screen.
How does that work?
That's
Because
brilliant.
it's a
It's on
flat
his
screen.
This is a video game. How? I
Uh,
don't understand it.
I'm actually. It's actually easy to see, especially for a cat. I'm just more so amazed that the cat took interest.
I mean, like, that's the thing, is like, if humans are doing something, a cat wants to be in there doing the thing with them. Like, it is a mirroring thing that cats will do. So if you get them, like, their own computer, or in one other instance I remember seeing, their own prayer mat, they'll use that instead,
Really?
because they want to do the thing that their human is doing.
I have seen posts of people setting up their own work desk for the cat, so the cat has her own
Yeah.
keyboard to sit on.
Yeah, exactly, because they want to do what their human is doing. They want to be a part of the action. As a cat thing, they're funky little creatures. I love them. I'm just still impressed over the fact that it was doing it on a screen. Because it's just like, how does that work? How? I would love to know.
A good example of that is back in the days of Halo. Have you ever played Halo, the original?
I don't. I played one Halo game ever, and that was at a friend's house years ago.
Yeah, well, the original, if you're playing on PC, what you do is there's certain places of the map where you can get an invisible thing, and it just turns you invisible. But it's not purely invisible; it's cloaked. And if you're on PC playing at a LAN match and you're playing against somebody who has a high-end computer and you have a low-end computer, you can see him, but he can't see you because your graphics card isn't good enough at creating the invisibility cloak. So they just look like this projector screen. Somebody's wrapped a projector screen around themselves and is walking around like, yeah, I can see you.
See, that's the
Yep.
thing. There are many benefits to having lower graphics cards and or being laggy.
Yep.
There are many benefits to it.
But that's essentially what's happening with the cat. Is the cat sees it in high def, and they're like, "What is this thing?"
Oh my goodness. I love that. That's very good.
That's amazing. I love it.
It's so good. I love that. I love cats. They are so silly. Oh, this was reminding me of my experience when I played Halo. Oh my god.
I think I'm just more baffled over the fact that cats can see something like that. Especially since
Listen!
it is a
Cats are
it is
crazy
a
with this
it is
stuff.
a flat screen.
Yeah!
It is a flat screen, and then you know you have depending on what type of screen you have. If you had like LED, it's being displayed by little tiny LEDs. Or
Yeah.
Actually, it's LCD and LED backlit. But yes,
Uh-huh.
if you'd like a fun fish fact, I think it's squid can actually see what is it, like 200 plus frame rate. So
God.
to their perspective, a high def screen is a slideshow. So they are not at all interested in the images on the screen because they're fake.
I see. Animals are so interesting. What interesting creatures they are.
Mhm. I think one of my favorite stories about an octopus. I think it was octopus or squid. Maybe it was octopus. One of my favorite stories about one of those creatures, though, is that one of them had like a bad batch of food, and their carer didn't realize it, and they escaped out of their enclosure, walked across like through the door into another room, and threw the bad fish at their caretaker.
that sounds about right. You
That
know,
sounds a lot like the kitten that I was caring for.
octopuses are actually very intelligent.
They
Like
are. They're very
they
good.
very observant and everything. You know, if they watch their creators create the enclosure right in front of them, they can
They're gonna
figure out
find a way out.
yeah.
They're gonna find their way out of there. Oh.
There was an octopus one time that saw that they used screws to put together the enclosure, and the screws were on the inside of the
Oh
enclosure that
my
they're in.
god.
They went up to the screws and started unscrewing them one by one, and then escaped.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
That is so good.
You know, it's the same situation if you were to show them a jar and then you open the jar right in front of them and then give them the jar, they'll do the exact same thing that you just did.
Yeah. The, animals can and will learn. They will learn the thing.
Well, especially octopi. They're motivated.
Absolutely. I need to tell this story about this kitten now just because it's in my brain. But we were trying to figure out where to put her, where to like send her off to because
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't take a new cat in. We have two cats that are like 11 years old. They don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tiny creature in their house and they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to this place to like see if they could take her, and they're just like, okay, we can't take her now, but could you take her for another week or so we can have some space for stuff? And we're just like, okay, cool, sure. And they gave us a bag of food because they said, okay, this is the stuff that we feed our cats here, so if you can like start her on this, then that would be great. We took her
Right.
home, took it home, put it out for her. She did not like the food. She hated it. It was awful. She hated the food. She resorted to eating the pellets of litter, which are wood pellets that like
Yeah.
they kind of fall apart or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. She resorted to eating those, threw up a couple of oh,
Welcome back.
hi. Anyway, she climbed. We had like a box enclosure for her. We stacked up a bunch of boxes to house her for the time being. She climbed up on top of those boxes onto the back of the couch and started yelling at me to give her the bowl of cheese that I had in my hands because she was so hungry because she hated the food that we gave her. She hated it that much that she ate the litter pellets and decided, I'm going to now go after your cheese.
Hmm.
She
That's
climbed up,
amazing.
started like climbing on me, trying to get it, and just I'm just like, honey, calm down.
That's
So
great.
we went back to the other food that we were giving her because that was actually working out, and of course told them about that instance. So I don't know what they did with all of that, but it's been a while now, and I'm sure that she's in a very happy, loving home right now, having a much better experience than that. It only was like for like a week because we realized that no, not even a week, just a couple of days that when we realized it's just like, okay, this isn't working. But she was a persistent little kitten. She's silly. I love her. Oh, taking care of a very tiny kitten is an experience.
Yeah.
It is wild. I loved her. However, I could not do that for very much longer. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
will be right back. I am back.
Hello.
Hello.
So how do you mind control something like that?
So how those work is based off of a differential in skin conductivity, um, which you can control by tensing muscles in your face, or in this case, probably whatever other places they put the probes up next to.
Oh, I think it'll be really interesting one day when we can actually like connect stuff like that to actual like brain conductivity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now, basically anything which is of any good, reliable nature of that sort are entirely based off of electrical signals piggybacking off of motor control. Which makes some of that stuff really tricky because you're basically adding a limb to yourself that you haven't had before, and you have to learn how to use it. Kind of unique.
It really is. It's kind of interesting.
I'm back. I got kicked AFK, didn't I? Whoop!
Yoo-hoo!
Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot, doot,
Do,
doot,
do, do,
doot.
do, do.
Hello.
Hello.
Uh, we just waiting for everyone to get back?
I think so, yeah.
It's good. Name. I'm gonna restart my. I'm gonna like update my Discord real quick. One moment.
Yeet.
Okay.
All right, there we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute myself on my headphones until Misty gets back or until people start talking because I will watch TikTok. Nim.
Are we still on break?
I mean, is Misty
feel like
there?
I wasn't sure.
He went from deafened to muted.
Could be. Huh.
You Misty, you there? That's a no.
I mean, he could be just not at the clear.
Could be. Yeah. I don't know.
It's getting kind of late. What are y'all doing?
We've been waiting for you to get back.
Me?
Yay!
My bad. Alright, let's go.
Yay!
He couldn't run his days. Needed he fucking forgot to call the therapist today.
Oh.
Who needs them?
We do.
Oh.
Please
do
don't joke
for all
about
of
that.
us.
I've been on a wait list for about 2 years at this point.
We're all kind of a mess.
So yes, please don't joke about that.
There are some things you can get over on your own, but therapists are helpful with that.
Yep.
Anyhow, so
So, as he like goes to fade off, he decides to, you guys are left alone in the TARDIS console room, just with the information to sink in that not even the person who asked you to do this quite completely knows what's going on.
Or at least that version of him.
Yeah. At least the version of him that you guys talked to. What y'all up to now? You guys got coordinates that Phantom decided to put in.
Percy's
sure
gonna
do.
go over and press the button to start.
The entire place kind of shakes and does its own thing, and then it eventually cools down. You look to ponder, rather look at the thing, and the sign says ancient Egypt.
We're in
Oh.
ancient Egypt.
Which is Egypt, like with a certain BC to
We
it.
better dress up. We better dress up as cats then.
Percy just looks so much just like, okay, Jin is rubbing off on you, and that scares me.
Can I flirt with the Sphinx yet? I got a riddle for you. What's got 2 legs and the third one?
Oh my god.
Your dick doesn't count as a leg.
It's a tripod.
I'm not even sure where you're trying to get with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let's follow the Phantom's coordinates and go ahead and launch that in.
We already did.
Yeah.
We did. That's we're in ancient Egypt. How did we
Alright,
get here? By doing that.
first thing we do is take over the pyramids and claim them for ourselves.
Yeah, no.
No,
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
Alright, what are we doing?
Let's at least figure out like what area we're in. Like we're
Alright.
obviously in Egypt, but where in Egypt? Only
Can
way
we
to
all
do
roll
that is
perception
open
to
the
figure
door.
that out?
He's going to open
Perception
the
and
door.
history.
Oh wait. Are we all rolling perception?
That's what
Well,
I was
you
wondering.
guys aren't even outside. Or it's like Percy's
The
opening the door.
door's being opened. We're looking out there now.
I'm gonna go.
I
up
mean,
to
is
the
everyone
door.
following Percy?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
to
I
the
mean,
door.
Percy went to the door first. Everybody could probably just be like, okay, let's take a
And
peek. See.
follows and then shoves Percy outside first.
Oh my god.
I was already outside, but okay.
You're outside super hard.
He just looks at
I
that, it's
don't,
just
I
like,
don't even know when
okay.
to like say something because I don't know how loud my microphone is, and like I think like everyone else's like microphones are louder than mine, so I think it
No,
might
yours
be
is
loud.
loud, buddy. Yours is pretty loud.
Is it?
Yep.
A bit.
Like, we hear what you're saying, so go ahead.
I'll put the image in there, but you a couple images here.
I was gonna say Jonathan walked up to the door. Walked up to the door to look outside the window.
You guys seem to be in a closet with like a bunch of like scrolls and different things like set around. Basically like a with like a bunch of cleaning equipment. It looks like an empty, like pretty much empty storage room.
Guys, come here, take a look.
Hmm. We're
Antonio would have to bring himself to get up because that was still a
you
lot
know,
of
I guess
information.
a closet is pretty not obvious.
Yeah.
Hmm. Percy's gonna step out and look around.
Antonio would follow him. This is interesting. He is curious about it, but at the same time, God, this is so weird. Stepping out of this place that was literally just at a beach a few minutes ago.
Hmm. Can I roll perception to see like what kind of scrolls these are?
Sure.
Or would that be perception or? Hmm. Let's not roll off the thing. Let's not roll off the thing.
Should bring out my my alpha and put cat ears on it.
Oh my god. That's
Oh
gonna
my
be a 20.
God.
Are you going to go and get a hold of the alpha?
Yes.
They've been vibing in your room because they have not been told to do anything. So you'd walk in there and you'd find them sitting on the bed, just kind of staring off into space. And then they kind of flick their head over to you in a very robotic fashion. You've not described their personality to me. Or their name.
I have not. Oh, jeez.
Lord.
This might be a bad idea actually to bring out the alpha because I need to think more deeply about their personality and
Yeah, maybe develop that a little bit more.
they are a little bit robotic, aren't they? They have like, I guess they have a design. As far as I know, I don't even know how they would function.
I mean, they function as they are here, and they are reading a book. That's something to pass the time with.
It's a good name for a robot.
Charlotte?
Shrek 2.
Oh,
No!
I remember when I was at work yesterday. I thought of like what the robot would be like. I almost thought about it being C-3PO.
Oh my God.
Nerd.
I'm gonna name the robot Chloe. Why not?
Hello! I see.
The alpha's name is Chloe.
Alright.
How do you spell that again? Chloe.
C-H-O-L-E.
C-H-L-O-E. Right there.
O-L-E.
Do I have
I
it? C-H-
usually see it as C-H-L-O-E instead of O-L-E.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, C-H-L-O-E. Miss Chloe, apologies.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
She's waiting there, just kind of like, what do?
Jonathan looks at Chloe and just asks her, "Do you want to go on adventures with us?"
She'll nod.
I'll just kind of reach my hand out and
She'll look
I guess-
curiously at that and take hand. And stand up. Robot has very firm grip.
very firm grip. I'll be like, Jonathan's gonna just like, That might be a little too tight. You might want to loosen the grip just a little bit.
Still do so.
And he walks with Chloe, alert to where the group is.
She does not let go of your hand.
She's
Unless
not-
directed to. Just so you are aware.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I figured that's what was gonna happen.
I'll post a picture of her in Cuckoo text. So Jonathan walks in with holding hands with an individual. We find our DMs.
Are you talking about the one I sent to you in DMs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
They walk in with this individual.
Oh.
Kind of wearing like a. She's got a tank top on, like a pair of like jeans. She's dressed very plainly, as well as a hoodie, but very plainly.
Percy's eyes just widen. Whoa, hello, when, Jonathan, who is this, and when did they get on the TARDIS?
This was something that me and Kronos worked on, actually.
Worked on?
This is my, automata. Wait, does Jonathan, above table, does Jonathan know what automata is? He
He
does,
would have
right?
been explained what it was when in the process of building it, as well as the strict guideline of, hey, how you treat this thing will affect its opinion. If you objectify it, it'll accept that as like a normal opinion. So, raise your robot wisely.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I know exactly how to respond to this too. It's like, this is my little robot creation that me and Kronos worked on. It is a automata.
Well,
She just
she's very pretty. What's her name?
Her name is Chloe.
Well, very nice to meet you, Chloe.
Nice to meet you as well. She just looks kind of like confused.
As you can see, she's kind of new to the world.
So far, the entirety of my existence has been spent reading books. Though I must ask, why are all the books you keep in your room merely about engineering or romance novels?
Percy just lets out a
Jonathan-
loud laugh at that. Oh my, I didn't think you had it in you, Jonathan.
Jonathan Jonathan just kind of sits there silent. He's like, don't bring up the romance novel part.
Come on.
Is
just the
someone
engineering books.
embarrassed? He just kind of boops him on the nose and just smirks.
Well then, should we get on with our adventure then?
I don't know. I think I want to know more about like what's in your collection. Don't you think so, Jen?
Bully this poor guy.
I think while Jonathan notices that she's still holding onto his hands, he's just like, you can let go of my hand now.
Okay. Let go.
No, she just looks over at Jin and is just like, don't you think, Jin? I think that'd be a very interesting conversation.
I'm not trying to sexualize the robot before it knows what it is.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm trying to tease him. I'm trying to tease Jonathan about his romance book collection. Never mind.
Well, he probably makes his robot study it like scripture. So, ask the robot to recite page 53 on the nearest romance novel and see what happens.
She's right there, but
Jonathan's gonna stare blankly at Jin. Is like, I'm not doing that.
Tell me again why you own 5 copies of 50 Shades of Grey.
What's
I
that?
do not own 5 copies of 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay, so your Automata owns 4 copies and you own 1?
Percy just
Is
tilts his
that-
head. It's just like, what's 50 Shades of Grey?
Did try reading that. It turned into a spider and ran away. And
If
I
those
basically got a
books-
note in the next book that said I was too young for that.
Wait, is that Jonathan's automata speaking?
Yes!
If those books are on the TARDIS, I'm going to need all of them in a pile and a lighter.
I'm still confused. What is this book?
It's horrible. Don't read it.
Jen starts reading it out loud to the party.
No!
He starts reading it like Gilbert Gottfried.
No!
Oh god, I remember that. That's a hysterical video. I love that video.
The first instance of Antonio using the thwacking stick, right now. It's happening.
Above table. Do you not know what it is?
No, above table, I know what it is. Percy's from 86.
I was just gonna be like, oh no, Nix doesn't know what it is. That's gonna be horrible.
Oh no, I know what it is.
I mean,
Okay,
Sadly.
I can speak
I mean,
to
it's
you
not good, but you know.
The dildo collection says otherwise.
Hun!
I can and will mock you with that.
Look, I'm sorry, but 4 is not a collection.
Four is a group of
4?
objects that can be grouped in together. Therefore, it is a collection. Oh my god.
What? So you have a collection of hands then?
Yeah.
Now I've got a pair of hands. I think 4 is a set. You've got a set of dildos.
God.
I like how we're doing this. I'm like doodling a very concerned 8th Doctor for no reason.
May I remind you that we are on stream right now?
Yes.
May we move on?
Apologies. I cannot do that anymore if it makes you uncomfortable.
That's funny as
Jonathan.
hell, man. I honestly could care less.
Jonathan's just like, alright, should we continue the adventure then?
I know I'm 3D. So, yes, let's get going. He just claps his hands. So, that I believe was a flat 20 for my perception to read things. Couldn't figure out what all was up.
I mean, they get translated, but it seems to be like hieroglyphics that turn into words.
Right.
But there's no scrolls in the room. There's like but you can like leave the room and read what's on the door.
I'm gonna do that.
What's written on the door is storage is like storage room. So you guys are in a storage room. So, peeking your head out, you are in a library with a ton of scrolls, though a few people are looking at you in their period-appropriate clothing and giving you a strange look.
First, just gotta sort of close the door, go back into the TARDIS, and change into more period-appropriate clothes.
Chloe's going to follow you and just mimic your actions.
He's just gonna look
Then come
to
back.
the boys. You guys gonna follow in suit?
I mean, we're following, yes.
Okay, are you going to change to clothes that are time appropriate?
Do we have clothes for ancient Egypt?
Look at the fucking...
I'm so lost. Wait.
We have a TARDIS with a heckin' closet that can replicate clothing.
Oh, right. I should probably go change my clothes then. I guess he'll take Jonathan will take Chloe too to go change their clothes.
Chloe followed
She already
Percy,
went.
You're fine.
Huh?
Chloe followed Percy.
Hmm.
And
Percy will.
So they're already clean. They're already changed.
So we're currently looking at clothing for ancient Egypt.
Well, you say ancient Egypt, but with the 20, you'd notice that there's also a random Roman centurion wandering around like something straight out of the history books. Which
Oh
looks
boy.
sort of out of place. Well, I'll correct myself on that. You got a bunch of strange looks for wearing the wearing modern clothing. But no. Never mind. I'll stick with my previous statement. There's like a random Roman centurion wandering around. Though he was like off in a corner, metal shiny, so shiny catch eyes.
Metal shiny. Okay.
Yeah.
Metal sheeny.
Metal sheeny.
Apologies, I am a dragon.
So, did Jonathan and Chloe change clothes?
Yeah, they did.
Chloe already
That already
went.
happened? Okay.
Is Jin going
Antonio
to
definitely went and changed it because it is already hot out here and he is not doing that again. He learned from the beach. This is the desert. It's hot.
Ironically enough, though, your body does seem to like the heat a lot more than the cold.
Well, yeah, obviously it does, but it's more of he learned from the beach that he should not step out for too long in his normal wear. So he's just like, okay, we're gonna go change this immediately. It's not a factor of the area that he is currently in. It's more of a comfortability thing. He did not change for the times to change for the times. More what I'm saying.
Fair.
Fair indeed. So, it is around 57. How late do you guys want to go?
To be
Oh,
honest,
yeah.
I'm kind of tired.
I mean, that
people are
means
tired.
I can definitely see us slowing down a little bit.
Like, full disclosure, I'm like, I'm ready to go to sleep.
You know, fair.
Yeah, if you're ready to sleep, maybe we should call it here for tonight. You
We
did
could
just
call
get
it
here. It is a good place to stop.
You've gotten there, you have an individual of interest to talk to. I need to brush up on how to play Rory anyways.
Yeah,
That
that's,
would,
yeah. Take
if
that
it-
time.
Yeah, if it helps you flesh out the session you have planned for us and Ori, let's do it.
You guys get more quest stuff, or rather, you guys are actually kind of getting into the point where I'm fleshing out what the story is for you guys at the moment.
Alright.
But-
Well, I'm gonna head to bed, like, now.
Have a good sleep.
Alright, buddy.
Y'all,
You take care now.
y'all too.
Those who
Later.
are watching, thank you
Bye.
for watching. Take care.
All right,
So-
let's see who to send y'all off to.
I wanna ask a little bit questions about the automata.
Twitch.
So when you say personality, like you're not talking just like, you know, the robot's humorous. You're talking like something else, right?
How they act, like what are they generally like?
I think that's kind of the thing. I need to It's almost on me to kind of write what the character is, and
Yeah.
I guess I can do that because I've written other characters before. I have like 3 different characters that I've written for personalities. I mean, I've written with their own personalities and their set of skills, but I haven't exactly like done anything with Chloe yet.
Oh,
The only thing that I really have is the
hmm.
oh my goodness, I've lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Alright. I am going to head out of the hall for now, just because my throat hurts a bit.
That's fair.
Have fun with
Good night.
funny automaton talk.
E.
Bye-bye.
Boy.
I think that's kind of just the thing. I almost feel like that their personality would develop over time as they get used to the party.